So, I said in my last video, didn't ever, I hope that was the only political video I ever did. Well, I don't know. This maybe isn't, it's technically political, but it's more, it's more, and it's about Donald Trump. I don't know why I need to pick on that guy. I know he's a really nice guy. And, I think that he might be making some dangerous decisions. And, um, and sometimes I think that he's really out in it for himself. Of course he is. It's so fucking obvious. But anyway, um, I wanted to say, I wanted to talk about religion. Now, religion is you got to tiptoe and make sure you don't set off any landmines. Let me just say from the outset, if I accidentally say something that offends you, I don't mean to offend you. Um, my intention is not to make fun of you for whatever your religion is or lack of it. It doesn't. I don't care what your religion is. I don't think you're stupid for having a religion. I don't think that I would not try to talk you out of it, unless it was unless it was unless well, there are instances that I would try to talk you out of it if you're using it dangerously. But by and large, with other than exceptions like that, I would never try to talk you out of your religion. I might challenge it, and that just makes good conversation. But I would never, like try to make you change. Um, I know it helps people, but this is the thing I wanted to say about. Okay, I have to. So now I don't have a religion, but I'm not an atheist. I am an a-religionist, and let me explain what that means. The letter A, when a word starts with the letter A, uh, not every single word, but if there's a word, it's like okay. In very many instances, if a word starts with the letter A, it means not that thing. Like atypical means not typical. And sometimes it's confusing because if you say something's atypical, it sounds like you're saying it's typical, but you're not. You're actually saying it's not typical. And there's asexuals. If you're asexual, it means you do not have sex. Um, at least not with another person. I'm not sure if that includes. I think it's okay to have. I mean, I think if you have sex with yourself and no one else, that you're still asexual. I don't think it means no sex at all in any way whatsoever. Just with other people. So, so you're asexual. You don't have sex with anyone else, no matter man, woman, binary, tranny, excuse me, tran. I hope tranny is not offensive. Um, what am I using this figure for? What the fuck was I talking about? So, shit. Oh yeah, a. So there's a. Oh, so atheist is someone who does not believe in God because a uh, theism means a belief in God. Theology, that's the study of religion. Um, so atheist means no God, or you don't believe in God. You don't think that there is a God. Um, you have your atheist, your non-God believing. That's what an atheist is. Now, I don't have a religion, but I'm not an atheist. I have a very strong connection with God. It's very direct. It's very personal, and I don't need a religion. And if it works, if a religion works for you, great. I'm not going to try to stop you if it's really helping and you're really doing, you know, good things from it. But religion, it's very easy to fuck it up. Very easy. That's my problem with most religions, is that they were started with the best intentions and with a pure message of love, but that message had to be delivered by human beings, and that's where things always get fucked up. Humans always fuck everything up, and no religious book I has the true, pure religion conveyed in it. That at best they get close to it, but they always fuck it up because always humans always fuck it up, always fuck the message up one way or another. Mistranslations, lot of strife and grief could have been avoided if they were translated correctly in a lot of instances. And sometimes there are things that were, um, you know, may have been good at the time, but we're in a different world now. Some of these things you have to leave behind, like it being a sin to eat shellfish. That's the big one in Leviticus that everyone makes fun of, but it's true. If it's okay to eat shellfish, then all the other Leviticus rules have to be okay as well, and that includes being gay. And if there was a problem with gay people at the time, it was because they needed you to procreate and they needed the population to survive. We're at the point now we have plenty of people. There's plenty of us. So we don't need gay people to chip in procreating. We're doing fine with the number of people on Earth in every tribe, in every country. We're good. We're good. So let gay people just, you know, I mean, if they really want to have children, that's different. But don't put them in situations where they're forced to and don't really want to. You know, you're bringing a human life into the world. You want to make sure that human life is wanted. So, anyway, I keep trying to get back to Donald Trump because, so I'm a religionist. I'm a reli- I don't have a religion. A religion. I may have made the word up myself. I don't know if it already existed. Maybe it did. But anyway, that we're all drawing from the same pool. That's why there's coincidences. That's why when you think of an idea and you go onto Google, or please do DuckDuckGo instead, but most people do Google, so find Google, and then you find out that this great idea you had has already been thought of by 1,000 other people. Does it mean you're unoriginal? No. We're all drawing from the same pool. We're getting all the same information. We all have access to the same information. All of us have access. And how do I say? I forgot what I was going to say. Happens with me a lot. Forgive. I'm midway through a saga and I forget what the hell I'm talking about. But oh yeah, okay. So we're going to talk about Christianity now. I don't. My intention is not to offend. So if I offend you by accident, I apologize in advance. And if it's a serious offense, I'll apologize personally. But I'm not. It's not my intention to offend. Okay, I respect your religion. You're allowed to have it. I don't want to change it. I don't want to take it away from you. Ugh. But we're going to talk about Christians because Donald Trump. Now, I don't believe in any religion, and I don't. Uh, I don't believe in hell. My opinion is that we create our own hell. I created my own hell on earth, and so that's if hell exists. That's hell. It was what you create on your own. You create your own hell, and you live in it. You don't go to a well, if that's where you think, I kind of think if that's where you think you're going to go, then then it's going to seem like you do at first, and then it's will be surprise. You don't have to really go to hell. But anyway, like if you think it's nothing, then it's going to be nothing, and then it's a surprise. It's not nothing. And if you think there's going to be pearly gates, then you're going to go up and there will be pearly gates, and then eventually it'll be like, surprise! There's not really any pearly gates, but you thought that's what was coming, so we wanted to make sure you had that experience you were expecting. And surprise! It's totally different from anything you thought. That's what I think is going to be the case. Um, and for, death is not a bad thing. Death gets a bad rap. Now, killing is a bad thing. Murder's a bad thing. Violence is a bad thing. So if it's a horrible death, yeah, that's bad. If it was like a car accident and they're, or something like that, or they were tortured or whatever. Yeah, that kind of death is horrible. But it's not the fact that they died. It's how they died. To simply die, and we're all going to, including you. Trust me, you're gonna die. Your body's gonna die eventually. Trust me, it will. What the fuck was my point about this? The body will die. Huh? No, okay, I got off track. It's about Donald Trump. It's about Christianity. And, fuck, what was it? Oh, yeah. So, I'm a religionist, meaning I have no religion. And that's, religion has not served me. And it's only made things worse when I, tried to follow it. Or did I? I don't know. Maybe I never even tried because I said, this is bullshit. For me, don't mean to say it's bullshit for you. I respect, that you're into it. But I'm not. So, hell, it's a mind, it's a mental construct. That's what hell is. Heaven, also a mental construct. It's gonna be, so I didn't believe in Satan. I didn't believe in the devil. And I didn't believe in the Antichrist. I said, everyone's good and bad, and that's how people interpreted it. And then I said, but the only thing that ever made me think that maybe I was wrong in my entire life was the rise of Donald Trump. Because here was, it's literally the Antichrist. Everything he did and said was absolutely the opposite of Jesus, what Jesus said. He's literally the Antichrist. Well, he's at least an Antichrist. I don't know, but if he's the Antichrist, but he sure seems like he is. He sure seems like he's the Antichrist. But I will allow that perhaps that's reserved for someone else, and he's merely an Antichrist. Because everything he does is exactly the opposite of what Christ would do. He grabs women by the pussy because he's famous, and that makes it okay, which is rape. So you're voting for a rapist. If you're voting for him, you're voting for an acknowledged rapist. He was very honest when he talked to Billy, what's his name? You grab him by the pussy. That's rape. If you grab a woman by the pussy, even if your penis doesn't go inside her vagina, if you grab her by the pussy, that's rape. Rape. That's rape. Pure, simple rape. And he does it on a regular basis because he's famous and women will let him. more because they're intimidated than because they're flattered that he's famous and doing it. I'm sure there's a few of those, but the majority probably had a little bit of a problem with it. He doesn't pay people back. He has ruined businesses. He's ruined families and their fortunes because they assumed that because he was Donald Trump, he was good for the money. And it turned out one of the reasons he had his money is because he didn't pay people. He would hire contractors, they would do the work, and he would stiff them. That's who you want for your president? I'm not trying to put you down for being right wing, but that's beyond right wing. That's something else. You want a rapist for your president? That's what you want? You're voting for a rapist? But he's aligned with my politics. He's a rapist. He rapes women. And someone just won a court case. Very large trail didn't have their day in court. And they remain having been raped by Donald J. Trump. Okay, vote for the rapist. Now, see, he's a rapist. He stiffs people. He lies. He does everything that is the opposite of Christ. He is, and if not the Antichrist, he's at least an Antichrist. And this was the first time I said, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Satan does exist. Because there he is. He's got satanic red hair. He puts on satanic orange makeup. And he has hypnotized the entire Christian community, or at least the right-wing Christian community in the United States. Hypnotized them. Managed. The Antichrist came and became president. And one of the ways he became president was to hypnotize the Christians, the people who were supposed to know better when they encountered the Antichrist. But Satan was clever enough to fool them all. And that was the first time I thought, good fucking Christ, maybe I'm wrong. He's Satan. He's Satan. He came to be president and fooled the Christians into thinking he was their savior when he was Satan. I'm like, I was wrong. There is a Satan. Satan does exist, and he's here in the form of Donald J. Trump. That's who you want to vote for. You're voting for an Antichrist, perhaps the Antichrist. How did he do it? How did he fool so many Christians? They went for it. They praise him. They compare him to Jesus. I gotta hand it to you, Satan. You pulled it off largely, but we do want to stop you from taking over our entire country. We do want to stop that. I just want to say, I'm very impressed with your satanic powers and being able to hypnotize almost an entire Christian nation. Well, half a Christian nation anyway. Well, at least 30% of a Christian nation. Impressive. You know, for I wish you hadn't done it, but I gotta say, I'm impressed with how brilliantly you pulled off fooling Christians into thinking that you're their savior, when in fact You're Satan. God does truly work in mysterious ways, doesn't he? So, I don't mean to make fun of you if you voted for Donald Trump, or if you're going to vote for Donald Trump. I don't mean to make fun of you. I respect you, and I respect your decisions, and I'll try to respect why you're doing it, voting for him, but I do not understand why you want such an ugly, horrible person to be leading the country, and he's already proven that he's in it for himself and no one else. He used to be a Democrat. He switched because it was politically expedient to grab power. So he's like, he has no, he has no, no morals, no character. I'm trying to think of, he may have moral. No, he doesn't have morals. He has a weird character, but neither was the word I was trying to think of. So, fuck it. He's he's a bad person. Now, I struggle to find ways to love him. It's tough. It's tough with that guy because he gives you so much to hate. And he's all about hate. And he's all about divisiveness. And he's all about pitting us against each other. That's not a world I want to live in. I mean, we're going to leave the country if he's voted in. I don't know. I feel I don't want to abandon my own country. Maybe it might be better to just stay and fight for our rights because they're going to be taken away one by one, sometimes in big chunks, sometimes in small chunks, but they're going to be taken away. All of our rights are going to be taken away. All of our freedom is going to be taken away. If he's voted in, trust me, it's going to be a horrible country. It's going to go from having been the greatest country in the world, arguably, to one of the worst, inarguably. Fucking dictator. That's not America. What Trump stands for is not America. Trump is out for Trump. He doesn't care about you. All he wants is your vote. He's out to destroy our country. He's Satan. He's the Antichrist. I believe now. Okay? I didn't believe until he came along. I wouldn't have believed it, but I saw him hypnotize the Christian nation. The right-wing faction of the Christian nation. Well, 30% of the Christian nation, at least. All right. Enough said. I just want you to know you're voting for Satan. Now, if you don't believe in Satan, fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if you do believe in Satan, and you're going to vote for Donald Trump, that's who you're voting for. The Antichrist. Put my vote in. I'm a Christian. I'm voting for the Antichrist. I still love you. I will hate your vote, but I still love you. Because we're all the same person. We're all the same person. So if I hate you, then I'm hating myself. Kind of better to love, because then you're loving yourself. You'll get it eventually, if you don't get it now. But it's very important that we do not let Satan become our president. If that's a little too harsh to call him Satan, okay. Maybe he's not the Antichrist, but he's an Antichrist. By definition. By definition, he's the total opposite. Everything is in reverse. And he tricked religious people into thinking an Antichrist was their savior. It's rich. And when you break out of the hypnosis, I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm going to say, welcome back to sanity. Please come back to sanity. Please get out of the cult. He's a cult leader. He's not a serious person. He's not a serious president. He's dangerous. He's a very dangerous person, but he's not a serious person. Quite frankly, he's an asshole. As I said in another video, he's a cunt. He's a fucking cunt. So vote, go ahead, vote the cunt in to president. An Antichrist cunt for president. That's who I hope becomes our president. Then our nation will be white and everyone will be okay to be racist again. That's what making America great again is, making it racist again. We came so far, broke so much ground, made so much progress, and making America great again is not about being cooperative again like we used to be. It's about being as racist as we used to be. We could make America great again. We should make America great again. But that's not making America great again. That's making it as fucked up as it used to be. Not great. Racism was never great. It's always... Well, I don't know if I'd say it's always wrong, because our primitive instincts are to be suspicious of things that are different from us. And so, when we meet new people, we have to be like, make sure they're okay, make sure they're friendly. And, to see a person of a completely different skin color, you don't know, that's like, you don't know what their culture is like. So yeah, racism came in handy because in primitive times it was a little more, more dangerous. And, but it was really about a tribe, different tribes, and then because their skin color was different, it turned into racism. But now we realize that we're all the same species. We may have different skin colors, but we're all human beings, and it doesn't matter. We're all intelligent. Black people are not less intelligent than white people. Generally speaking, individuals can be less intelligent of every race and culture. It's like, some people are not going to be smart, and some people are going to be super smart, and it doesn't matter what race or culture you're from. That's going to be the case. There's going to be super slow people and super smart people, and most everyone is in between. What the fuck was I talking about? I forgot again. Shit. Did I cover the Donald Trump's the Antichrist? Yes, I think we got to that part. I guess, and that was the most important part. That was the most important part, is that he made me believe in Satan, which I did not believe before his rise to power. I thought Satan was bullshit. I'm like, wow, he fucking fooled that many Christians. Wow. It just amazes